What is going on, everybody? It's nothing but skills, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the exotic mask. So a lot of you guys probably already know, or maybe some of you guys already picked this up. You unlock this by getting to level 35 in the season rewards track, and everybody will get this. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about is the talents itself that comes on this exotic mask, the Coyote mask, and how this mask can benefit some builds, but not all builds. And the reason why is because I see a lot of people wanting to stack this on their DPS builds, but they're not realizing some of the trade-offs from this mask. If you already have certain types of builds maxed out, you might not actually benefit from this mask at all. Well, maybe a little bit, but let's get into that right now. So the mask comes with a 15% weapon damage. I believe everybody gets that. And then it has a critical hit chance, a critical hit damage, and then I put a critical hit damage mod on there. It comes with the offensive mod. So you always get three red rolls, and then you get the offensive roll on this mask from what I've seen from everybody who's gotten it. Now I do think that the core attribute will always be maxed out, but then the two attributes, that will just depend randomly. Some people have gotten really good ones, some people have gotten really bad ones. Mine was pretty decent. I can't complain. Now, it comes with a talent called Pack Instincts. You and all allies gain a bonus base of distance of the last enemy you killed. So 0 to 15 meters, 25% critical hit damage for you and your allies. 15 to 25 meters, 10% critical hit damage plus 10% critical hit chance. And then 25 meters, 25% critical hit chance. Now, one thing I need you guys to remember, if you have 60% critical hit chance on your build, you will not benefit from that critical hit chance at the 25 meters or the critical hit chance at the 15 to 25 meter range, the extra 10%. So the only thing you're really going to be benefiting from is the critical hit damage. And if we look at it, the 0 to 15 meter range, there's nothing one thing's going to give us of 25% critical hit damage. So that's actually really good. That's really good. Even if I were to run my Providence mask that gives me 15% critical hit damage because I'm running a 3-piece, I'm still going to benefit from 10% critical hit damage right there. Now, once we get into the 15 to 25 meter range, I'm really losing that 5% critical hit damage. But I do, if I'm short on critical hit chance, which sometimes you're like 5 to 7, maybe 8 critical hit chances short, well, this 10% is going to max you out at 60%. But the great thing about this is works as a team. So if you have a team that isn't running a lot of crit chance, crit damage, this could really benefit the team as a whole. But if you're running as a solo player, the benefits, I'm not sure if it really outweighs the negatives. And I'm going to show you some gameplay real quick of that. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be testing out the exotic mask and then show you the difference between once you hit to each range. So we're gonna do what, 5 to 10 meters, 5 to 15 meters. So this will give me, look at that. This is gonna be additional 25% critical hit damage. Now, if you look at the little blue sign, it's like highlighted at the bottom. That means the 15 to 25 meter range is active. Now look, as we start shooting at the 10 meters, still the same. Now, once we get to 15 meters, this is where that blue symbol is going to change to the middle. After I hit a couple shots, you'll start to see the numbers start to change. So now we're only hitting 635,000. That's the highest crit we're getting on the head. And the symbol moved to the middle. Now, if we go to the 25 meter range, we have to actually go over to the right next door real quick. So we went right over here to this range. We're going to click the 25 meter up top. And then look, let's take a look. So once we start shooting at this, you're going to start seeing that the crits are going to start dropping a lot. So we're probably going to hit, what, 614? So the critical hit already went down. And you can see the big difference between the 5 to 10 meters, the 15 to 20, and then, of course, the 25 and up. What I'm going to do is put on the Providence mask. So we're going to put on the Providence mask, the one that I think will work better overall, because this is going to never change. So my crits here are going to be 645. So I'm always going to hit 645, whether it's 5 to 25 and up. I'm never going to hit less than that. And then, of course, you guys already know with the exotic map, I was hitting 666 and then 635. So I hit 645 all the time. But then once I get in those ranges, after I'm out of that 0 to 15 range, that's when you really lose a lot of the damage you're doing as a solo player. So that's why I think running this mask at all times, yes, it could be beneficial if you're fighting a lot of people within 0 to 15 meters and if you're with a teammate. But if you're not, I'm not really sure this mask is for every build. I do think it's a really, really good mask, but I just don't think it's for every build. And the builds that I tend to see this on the most are crit chance, crit damage builds. And with you being able to stack 3-piece Providence to maximize that crit chance, crit damage, losing out on that third piece of Providence, the 15% critical hit damage, for the 25% critical damage you get on this mask when you're within that 0 to 15 meter range. But it's not always like that, because sometimes you're fighting people 15 meters and up, and that's where you'll lose out on a lot of your power. And if we look at this gameplay right here, everything I kill right here is going to be 25 meters and up. So I absolutely gain nothing from the mask at this moment on this build, because 25% crit chance, I'm already maxed at 60% crit chance, so there you can't go above 60% crit chance. So that's something that you guys need to pay attention to. Now, one thing I do want to see is if you can stack this, say if I wear the mask, a teammate wears the mask, and we all wear the mask. Say if one guy's getting that 0 to 15 meters, will he give that to his teammate? And say if I have the 15 to 25 meter target, well, would I give that to them? And can you stack that all on top of each other? So that's something you guys can test out. That might actually be pretty cool if you have say a tank build in front and he's proccing the 0 to 15. You have a guy in the back proccing the 25 crit chance. Then you gotta have somewhere in the middle, and it's just all working hand in hand. Now, I'm not sure if it works like that, but that would actually be pretty cool. But my initial thoughts on this mask is I think it works for certain situations, but with NPCs hitting so hard on harder difficulties, with you trying to stay at distance and mow them down before they get near you, a lot of times you're losing out on that 25% crit damage. But can you still use this with a lot of builds? Yes, it's not a bad mask. It's still pretty good. And in group play, it could definitely benefit the team as a whole, right? If somebody isn't running a 60% crit chance build, this definitely would help them out a lot, because then they would benefit from the crit damage, the crit chance. They would benefit from all different levels, and it would help the team as a whole. So it could be a great mask for team play, for solo play, depending on your build, but you might benefit a lot more just from running a nice, solid, high-end piece like I'm running with my LMG build, the Petrov mask. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you're new and you enjoy videos like this. Always hit the subscribe button, turn notification bell on, so when I release my next Division 2 video, you guys get notified. But we're going to wrap this up here. I'll see you in the next one. Nothing but skills is out.